Hey guys, we are back and we are headed to Oman. We are in Oman and we are making Mushaltat. Mushaltat. I believe I said it right. Mushaltat. And it's basically a flatbread. Listen, you know what it reminds me of is like a flatbread and a croissant. And so all it really is flour, salt, and water. And as you can see, I kind of mixed it up, just getting ready to get that good old fashioned kneading going on. And so, yeah, I was kneading. And while kneading, I thought about it. Like, did anybody know this country existed? Like, I'm just curious. Well, it's definitely a Middle Eastern country, and it's a Middle Eastern country, and it's actually, did you know, like, it's one of the oldest Middle Eastern countries? It's one of the oldest Middle Eastern countries, and they are really safe. It's actually one of the safest Middle Eastern countries in the world, potentially even the safest, one of the safest countries in the world. So I thought that was like really interesting while I was doing that. And as you can see, after I finished kneading it, I'm separating it into three balls. I'm separating it into 3 balls. And so what I'm doing, I'm separating it so that it can rest for a while, and then I'm pouring oil, and I use sunflower oil. So after it rested for about 15 minutes, I'm now going to stretch out the first ball to where it's really thin. So the first ball is really thin, and then I'm going to make it really thin, and I'm going to add the second ball after that, and then I'm going to keep wrapping it, all 3 balls, and then so that it's all wrapped in. And yeah, just making sure that it's all wrapped in, and each thing has to be, as you can see, like I oiled up my top. Each layer has to be super oiled up. And like I said, I use sunflower oil. So you want to make sure and use a generous amount of oil. Like, don't skip out on the oil. If you're going to skip out on the oil, I'll just recommend not to make it. And so each layer I'm wrapping it, and then I put another layer inside of it and wrap it again. See? And so after I did that, I then let it rest for a while. But as you can see, I, added more oil. And so this was actually a really cool thing. You know what it reminded me of? Not just a flatbread, but it was like a croissant mixed with a flatbread. Is that like, what do you call that? Would that be like a flaissant? I don't know. Was that corny? I don't know. But it's whatever, like maybe a flaissant. But anyways, I'm separating the layers. And I forgot to add, each layer has to be thinned out to the max, as thin as it can. It doesn't matter if there's any holes in it. But anyways, after I let the dough rest, I'm now I'll spread it out in the pan, and so that it can spread out in the pan, and that's it. Basically, I let it at 475 for 15 minutes, and after that, I wrapped it in foil so that it can soften up some. And they said that you can like put powdered sugar, chocolate, honey, whatever you want on it. So I just put some powdered sugar on it, and as you can see, it's really good. Like I told you, it's like a flatbread, but the inside is like a croissant. It's really good, actually. I would actually recommend it. All right, guys, are you ready for P? And can you guess what it is? Please make sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate your support. And don't forget to like and comment. Tell me your thoughts. So, are you ready for our next stop? Where do you think it is?